Something else that we were talking about before you came on, Vita, was how all these people are just working in their weird projections into this inauguration. And
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw the part where somebody said, I let Joe Biden gets a pass to call me nigger. And we're just asking, like, why do these people have all these really disturbing, in depth? That was one of the not so in depth one, but why did they fantasize so much about like their favorite white person calling them slurs consensually or doing like degrading sexual stuff to them? Like,
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about that actually. And yeah, I always think that's hella weird too. I think it's weird in general, race or not. I always think that's just hella weird. Like, I would let this person
yeah,
abuse me. And I'm like, why would you even say that? you know, I let I I let Christina Milian sit on my face and fart in my mouth, Like what?
yeah.
Um that's like a literal one I read before and I just never forgot it. I could never get that out of my brain. Um, but yeah, so like I never understood that anyway. But when you add the race part to it, to me, it totally goes into what you were talking about, the race slave fantasy thing.
Yeah,
I think especially, and I hate to say it this way, but I think especially for women, black women in particular, from what I've seen, they have this thing like they claim that they hate black men for their misogyny, but the thing that they like about white men is being dominated.
yeah.
They like the white man being the king of the household, sort of thing. So all the things that black men have openly said that they want in their household, they said was misogyny. But with white men, it becomes like it's okay, like this is acceptable because he takes care of me. Because
That's
all white men take care of their women, and just
that's
so
why I that's why I low key strangely kind of enjoy divestors because as crazy as they are a lot of the times, they have a certain type of internal consistency that makes sense. And I say this from watching divestor videos. Sometimes I fell down a rabbit hole because I was watching them to show them on the screen for the stream. But the way YouTube works, if you watch anything once, YouTube is like, "Oh, you must love this," so I'm just gonna hit you
yeah,
with 500 of them. So they start sending me all these crazy divested videos, and I can understand their appeal or whatever more than I can understand the intersectional swirlers because they're more honest, and I think
way more honest.
they think the same way with intersectional swirlers, but intersectional swirlers feel guilty or like traitors and feel like they have to put a pro-black spin on everything. Like we show up for y'all all day. You're driving us to do this. Damn,
right.
we just really want to love y'all, but you're driving me to do slave play with this white man. I'm only doing it because I have to reenact the intergenerational trauma so that we can process it and come out there like just shut the fuck up. You just want but the divestors will straight up say, yeah, y'all are failed patriarchs. Y'all just failed men. And and they'll basically say, we don't hate y'all for wanting to be in charge. We hate y'all for being failed men, but wanting to be treated like men. So they'll just be like,
Yeah,
I'm getting with the winning team. You guys, the race war happened. It's not gonna happen. It happened. We lost, and you guys lost to these men who are conquerors. We're choosing the winning team. And honestly, I can respect the honesty. I'd rather have you say that than make all these fake rationales for it. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
And the reality is, all coons that they're doing the same thing is to be safe. They want to be on the quote unquote winning team.
Yep.
That's kind of the root of coonery. And if we're being honest, I mean, there's so much trauma in our lives and in our ancestry that you're gonna have some coons. Like that's
Yeah,
also
for
gonna be
sure.
a result. Some of us are resilient. Some of us are trying to be more resilient. And other people feel like, well, they have to side with their abuser because that's what's
Well, I
gonna keep
mean,
them safe.
that's something I see in the tech world a lot, and I'll put it on the black man side of it, right? Like a lot of black men in a lot of these spaces feel that whiteness is protection, right? So they'll go get that white girl. They'll make sure they're in white spaces, and then what they do similar to the Bridgerton Twitter. Well, they're all Bridgerton Twitter folks, but
Yeah,
if
basically.
you
I
all
can't
love
believe that people
Bridgerton,
who like that shit. But anyway, go ahead.
They're all into Bridgerton. But what they'll do is, as T mentioned earlier, it's just like, oh God, you know, I would, but I mean, I just want to be, you're forcing me into this world of loving white women. I would be with black women if black women would just, like it's like stop, nigga, stop, right? Like you're cooning. It's
Right.
But
fine.
Black women have bad attitudes. Black women don't submit. Black women, it's always a list of things whenever people want to coon. It's always a problem with all black people or that all black group of some sort. It's always been.
but the one thing I will say about a lot of black men who do it, hey, what's going on, Q? And I don't know if
You.
this is better or what, but to me, I view it like the divestors. There have always been a lot of these black guys who don't bother with that. They'll just be like, I just like white girls because I think they're easy, or I just think they're this and that. Which at least okay, you're just admitting that you're just like going into it for whatever reasons, but at least you're not trying to pretend there's like a fake noble reason. Like they called me nerd growing up. They wanted thugs and drug dealers. Like so like. And I feel like the divestors are like the new rise of that for women. There's some people who are just like, look, these are my selfish reasons for doing it. And did you guys see that right wing coon that I put up where he was just basically saying, them white boys love to shoot. Them white boys, they draw blood. And I was like, oh, I love this guy's coon. I wish we had more people like
I
him.
haven't seen it.
Oh, yeah, I put it in the previous chat, but yeah, he was a guy who basically said the most honest cooning I ever seen, and I loved it because I think liberal coons think the same way, but they have to put some fake nobility behind it. But he was like, "Look, them white boys will draw blood." He was a black guy that was at the Capitol riot, and he's like, he goes to these things, and he was straight up. He was like, "Look, um." When I see these black protests, they're doing prayer circles, they're lying down in front of trucks, they're crying, and these white boys, they'll draw some blood, and like these people, they have dominated everybody they come across, and they're willing to draw blood to do it, and they're not going to respect anything other than someone who's willing to draw blood back. That's the only language they respect, and you're not going to appeal to their conscience or anything. So I'm going to be on their side, and I can't wait for them to bring slavery back because it's coming, and I'm going to be in charge, and I'm going to give y'all hell, and I'm going to even show the new white boys coming up how to whoop your ass. I was like, God damn, this guy, as heinous as he is, I think a lot of liberal ones think the exact same way, but they've got layers and layers of denial.
Yeah, they
So
can do
there's
it.
two
They
thoughts.
can get elected to senator. They can get elected to the vice presidency. That's all I'm saying. Like that's what they do. In fact, they put themselves in position to specifically target, the black people or non-white people in particular. But also I wanted to say the other statement that bothers me is from black men that want to coon is they say this shit like somehow fucking white women is getting white men back for slavery. I've heard it in multiple rap songs. I've heard it recently in a rap song. I've seen it said on Twitter. I remember that was the statement. In fact, I think
Yeah,
what's that guy's name? Nick Cannon says some shit, allude to something like that, or basically
Oh,
said that somehow this is black men get with white women because they see it as um, a sign of either success or it's a way of getting back for slavery.
speaking of that, I was thinking about what you just said, T. It's really the difference between black Union soldiers and black Confederate soldiers.
There we
Which
yeah.
go.
is kind of that's kind of unfair,
Yeah.
but fuck it, I'm running with it.
I mean, it's unfair, but it's real. I mean, because it's
It
the
is.
same mentality.